squad? It's your favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies. I'm just going to get right to it. I'm going to start today a little different. I'm going to start today with a quote. I'm going to read this quote from Steph Curry. When it comes to the ability to change the game for good, nobody can speak to that more than MiLaysia, Curry said in an Under Armour news release. She's changing the women's game on the fly with how she plays and moves on the court. Partnering with her and Curry Brand is such a special opportunity. I'm humbled that she is now a part of the family. End quote, Stephen Curry. Now the king of the light skins that told y'all. I'm saying, now that the chef, old Steph, that told y'all that she the one. Do y'all believe me? I've been saying it. I've been saying that the women's game is not going to be the same when MiLaysia's done with it. At the college level, at the professional level, whatever level y'all want to talk about. When this woman is done doing what she's going to do on the court, it's not going to be the same because she's different. And please, understand, I'm not taking nothing away from any of the greatness that we are seeing with the rest of these freshmen that are in the game. It's a great time to be a fan of women's basketball. It's a great time, especially, to be a fan of women's college basketball. Because there's some freshmen in the game, excuse me, that are changing it. Changing the game tremendously. Juju Watkins. You got Maddie Booker. You got Hannah Hidalgo. You got Michaela Williams. You got Audie Crooks. You got Talia Scott. You got, the list goes on and on. I know I'm forgetting some, and I don't mean to, because it's plenty of them out there. But MiLaysia Fulwiley, different. Lay with the butter, different. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. When she introduced herself in Paris, she did it with such flair. She did it with such flair. She caught everybody's attention. Everybody's eyes was on that game. This is one thing about women's hoop. I'll say this too. I'll say this about women's hoops too, because I know we get some knocks about who want to watch it and who don't want to watch it. The one thing that I noticed is that real hoopers respect the women's game. Some of the French fans might not, but real hoopers respect the women's game. You can tell by the way they watch. Y'all seen Magic tweeting about her. Y'all see Kevin Garnett tweeting about, I think did he tweet about Juju, Hannah, somebody? He was tweeting about somebody. He might have been tweeting about both of them. They all tweet worthy, okay? Because they all been putting on the show. But this MiLaysia Fulwiley, something different. It's something we ain't seen before at this level. And we need to really appreciate it. But to appreciate it, I think we kind of need to understand a little bit about, like, who she is. Like, when I think about her game, it's so many different facets to it, right? And it's growing and developing and changing every day. I love the way that she's soaking up all of the knowledge that they're trying to give her. You can see this kid actually being a sponge. You can see them pouring into her, and you can see it translating in her game. The player that she was in Paris is not the same player that she was in Greenville. The player that she was in Paris was already scary. But that player that was in Greenville, that was a much more complete player. That was a player that's playing on both sides of the ball. That's not a player that gets benched against UNC because they're getting lost on defense. That's not a player that's taking three-pointers that she shouldn't. This is a player that's making the right pass now. This is a player that's making the extra pass. This is the player that's slowing down a little bit so that her teammates can keep up. Because she was pushing it so fast earlier in the season that some of them passes was hitting them and they wasn't ready. But now the chemistry is there. MiLaysia is different. I need y'all to understand that with me. I need us to all be in agreement before we continue down this path. Like, lay with the butter is different. My freshman, different. And yes, I called her the SEC Freshman of the Year. I felt like she should have been because she did more in less time than anybody else. But I got pushed back there. No problem. Her time coming. Her time is coming. And what I love about this kid is that she's so humble. Her game is big. Her game is big. Okay? It's flashy. Okay? It's quick. It's good handles. Her motor is always up tempo. She dishing with flair. She's tough to contain. She penetrates into the defense. She's dishing into the traffic. She's a one-on-one creator. She's finishing at the rim. She's explosively athletic. Okay? She's got a scorer's mentality. Attacks in the transition game. She changes the pace, accelerates and dishes. She's good off the bounce. She finds the rim regularly. shoots the three. I mean, listen, this is a versatile player, exceptionally talented. And I know people thought that she had the potential to make a big impact on South Carolina, but this young lady is going to make a big impact on women's basketball. Bigger than the collegiate level, okay? So, the kid was born in, I don't know if she was born there, but from what I understand, I believe that she's from Columbia, South Carolina. And y'all know all the time that I say, correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. From Columbia, South Carolina. Played high school ball at W.J. Keenan. Now, I believe she played 6 seasons of varsity high school basketball because she got pulled up early because of her skill set. You heard what I said. 6 seasons of varsity high school basketball, which means in the 7th grade, they came looking for her from the high school. They couldn't find nobody in the 12th grade, in the 11th grade, the 10th grade, in the 9th grade, in the 8th grade. They had to go down to 7th grade and get this talent because it was undeniable. They brought this girl up to play varsity basketball from 7th grade. 4 high school state championships in South Carolina. Listen, in her high school career, she racked up over 3,000 career points. A whole bunch of national honors. I can't even name them. But I want to say she had like already made 2,000 points by her junior year. She was the SCBCA 3A Player of the Year in 2020. She put on a performance at the McDonald's All-American Girls game. It was unforgettable. This kid dropped 11 points in like 2 minutes. Okay? 11 points in 2 minutes. Similar to 24 points in 17 minutes. So it's been coming like that. She been doing work like that. But again, so humble. When you go to talk to the kid off the camera, you almost got to turn the microphone up because you almost can't hear what she's saying. Nothing like her game off the court. I love that. I love that she's still learning and growing and wants to be coached. Listen, she even dunked in high school. Now, I haven't seen her dunk, but I heard about it. And it's been confirmed from a few people that, yes, she got the dunk down in high school. I am waiting to see her get one down in college. Lay, if you happen to see this, your favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies, I'm waiting to see one. I'm going to go crazy. Y'all think I went crazy for the Camila Cardoso winning shot against Tennessee in the SEC Tournament? When Fulwiley dunked one, auntie going to be off the chain. Do y'all hear me? Okay. Now, this 5'10 guard came into South Carolina and immediately made an impact. The game, the show she put on in Paris, what a way to start the season. What a way to introduce yourself to the college world. And against Hannah Hidalgo. Now understand, Hannah did her thing in that game. It was fun. Nobody's really talking about, because I guess nobody really knew Hannah too much. They didn't really know too much about MiLaysia. I guess they're not talking about that matchup. But it was a fun matchup, and they rose to a level to play against each other. To a level that I would love to see them play again. I went back and watched the game again. It was a back and forth, and you could tell that they were paying attention to what each other were doing, and were looking to kind of duel. It was a fun watch. I'm looking forward to being able to see those two and the other freshmen battle against each other for some years here. You know, we got Michaela Williams also in the SEC, so we'll be able to see those kind of battles. But that Hannah MiLaysia battle was fun to watch. If you didn't see it, go back and check it out. Because it was some eye-catching, some eye-popping basketball going on right there. But again, let's get back to her first season here. We came into the season ranked number 6 and quickly got to that number 1 spot and held on to it. Like I said earlier, she got benched against North Carolina. But what I liked about her was that her memory was so short. She came right back and showed great resilience and development and growth in her game against Duke. I want to say she stole the ball and scored a 3 at the end of the first quarter to kind of cut the lead. And then this generational talent went on to, I think, after that Duke game, which we ended up winning, of course, she cut that lead and had a great game, but went on to then average like 12.5 points, 3.3 rebounds, and 3 assists over like the next 6 games. So, proving that she's a scorer, proving that she makes an impact, even though she's not getting a whole lot of minutes to be able to do that in. Another game that she had a great impact on was the Kentucky game. Now, Kentucky, we went wild on them. We dropped we outscored them by about 43 points in the middle 2 quarters, and Fulwiley and Pow Pow kind of just had their own show. I want to say they both ended up with like 14 points. But her defense was really effective in that game, right? If you go back and watch, her defense, you can see the improvement already coming from the North Carolina game, from the trouble that she had earlier in the season. So you can see, okay, this kid is really working. She's continuing to work. And then we got to the SEC Tournament. We got to the SEC Tournament, y'all. And Lay with the Butter showed up. Now, admittedly, that first game, by her own admission, she said, hey, she felt like she wasn't ready for postseason basketball. But she went home or back to the hotel, wherever they were staying at, got some rest, got locked in, and it lived up to her promise. You could see the maturation. You could see it. You could tell this kid wants to be the best at what she does. It seems like she probably is able to take the criticism in stride and be able to build on it. But even though it was a close game, she ended up in double digits with 13 points, 4 rebounds, and a steal, and no turnovers. Okay, and then the championship game. Now she ain't never been in no championship SEC tournament before, but she ain't let it stop her. Listen, in the Tennessee game, once it clicked, oh, I really do belong here. I really got something that they can't mess with. It was on from there. It was on from there. You could just see it was almost like a light bulb went off. She was so comfortable all of a sudden. It was almost like the game slowed down a little bit for her, even though she wasn't slowing down in real life. It was just like it just came a little bit easier for her in that championship game. And Tessa Johnson too. Both of those 2 freshmen showed out. Now, like I told y'all, 24 points in 17 seconds. In the third quarter, she couldn't miss. She went 4 for 4. And I think she ended up with 10 points in the third by herself, and she only had 10 the whole first half. So she matched her first half in the third quarter. She had 2 back-to-back threes, and then hit them with the Fulwiley layup. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Not even just a layup, the Fulwiley layup, the Lay with the Butter layup. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Go look it up. But she was giving Haley Van Lith that work. Okay, she was giving Haley Van Lith that work. They had to take HBL off her. After Fulwiley hit her with the "You too small." Oh goodness! Listen, it was downhill from there for HBL. They had to come with Big Foe. So if we play them again, I expect them to lead with Big Foe on MiLaysia, just because don't waste time with Haley. She didn't do well there. When it was all said and done, after everything happened in the game and everything that was all said and done, MiLaysia Fulwiley finished, like I said, with those 24 points. But this young lady also took home the SEC All-Tournament Team acknowledgement and the SEC Tournament MVP. The freshman took home the SEC Tournament MVP and was the deciding factor in the championship game against the defending national champions. So listen, the sky is the limit for this young lady. She's gonna go as high as she wants to go. But again, like I said, the game will be different. The chef told you, and then I told you, and then Dawn told you. I don't know how many more people got to let y'all know, but Fulwiley is the one. I was disappointed. As some of y'all probably seen on the other video, that I felt like there were some things that took away from her shine and what she did so well and her coming out party at this SEC tournament. But oh man, listen. Good things just keep happening for this kid. Good things just keep happening for this young lady. She got a name, image, and likeness deal with Mr. Seafood there in Columbia, South Carolina, where she has the Fulwiley signature garlic butter sauce that you're supposed to put on your seafood. I'm not even a big seafood fan, but when I get to Columbia next season for a game, y'all, I got to get to Mr. Seafood. Y'all make sure, fam, y'all make sure I get to Mr. Seafood and I give me a bottle of this garlic butter sauce. I got to have some. And then, On top of that, she went ahead and signed an NIL deal with Under Armour, the Curry brand. She is the first NCAA student athlete to be signed to the Curry brand at an Under Armour school. She's going to wear the Curry brand shoes. I think beginning at the tournament, she will kind of debut the shoes. And then off the court, she's also going to be like a brand ambassador, trying to help just, grow the Curry brand within women's basketball. I think that she is a great role model for young people that want to play the game. I think she works hard, she plays hard, and it looks like she's having the time of her life. She looks like she's really at her dream school, and she's fun to watch. I really appreciate the energy that she brings to the floor every game. She is our spark off the bench. I can't say enough about her. I can't say enough about her. She finished the regular season averaging 11.5 points, 3 rebounds, 2.3 assists, shooting about 43.5 from the floor. She had some great games against Texas A&M. She had 21 points earlier in the season. I think she led us in double-digit scoring in that win. She also scored 8 points on 3 or 4 shooting in like 4 minutes that she played in the second quarter, and she added 2 rebounds and a steal in the first half, and that was the LSU game. What else did she do this season? She had 19 points and 6 steals in a win against Missouri. I want to say she had like 15 double-digit scoring games this year. This kid fills up all the boxes. She's gonna get blocks, steals, rebounds, points, assists. She's a scorer, but she also looks to get her teammates involved. So how lucky we are to have her in South Carolina and gonna be here for the next few years to entertain us and for us to be able to cheer for her. Congratulations, Lay, on your first regular season and your freshman season here. I'm wishing you all the best and all the luck and all the wins and all the wins coming up here in this March Madness tournament. Really appreciate what you bring to the team. So with that, y'all, it's your favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies. Until next time, stay tuned. Talk soon. I'm out.